Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend was just spotted with a woman the entire internet is calling her clone, and the timing could not be more brutal for him. Because as Taylor counts down the final days to marrying Travis Kelce at the most famous arena in the world, her former partner JoeAlwyn has reportedly been seen out with an actress who fans say looks so much like Taylor it is almost eerie, and the internet has reached one savage, unavoidable conclusion. He must be regretting letting her go. Here's what happened. A popular gossip account reportedly shared that JoeAlwyn, the British actor Taylor dated for around 6 years before their split, has been seen out more than once in New York with actress Sarah Pidgeon. At first, the sightings were brushed off as nothing romantic, with some suggesting the two might simply be working on a project together. But then they were reportedly spotted again and again, and the internet did what the internet always does. It zoomed in. And the second fans got a good look at Sarah Pidgeon, the comparisons came flooding in. Blonde, elegant, striking, a resemblance to Taylor so strong that fans immediately began calling her Taylor's clone.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to just run and grab? Do you want one?
And here's the detail that turned a simple dating rumor into a viral moment. Fans dug up an old Taylor lyric, a line from one of her re-recorded songs where she sings about an ex moving on with a new girl who is basically her clone. The irony was too perfect. Years ago, Taylor wrote about exactly this kind of situation, an ex chasing a lookalike replacement. And now her own former boyfriend was reportedly living it out in real time. Fans flooded the comments quoting that very lyric, and just like that, a quiet sighting became one of the most talked about moments of the week. Now, to be fair, none of this is confirmed. The two have not said they are dating, and the early sightings were reportedly tied to the possibility of a work project rather than romance. But fans are not exactly known for their restraint, and the narrative wrote itself instantly. To them, the story is simple and almost poetic. Joe let go of one of the most extraordinary women on the planet. He watched her fall in love with a superstar athlete, watched her become happier and more powerful than ever, and he is now reportedly seen seeking out someone who looks just like the woman he lost. Whether that is fair to him or not, it is impossible not to read a certain kind of regret into it. The man who once had Taylor Swift is reportedly chasing an echo of her, while the real thing is weeks away from marrying someone else. And that contrast is exactly why the story hits so hard. Because while Joe is reportedly being linked to a look-alike, Taylor is living the happiest, most triumphant chapter of her entire life. The difference between where she is now and where that old relationship left her could not be more stark. She did not just move on. She leveled up in love, in career, in every possible way. And the timing of these sightings, mere days before her wedding, only sharpens the comparison. So here is everything else swirling around this couple right now. Because while one ex is reportedly chasing a memory, Taylor is busy building a future. Start with the wedding that has the whole world counting down. The ceremony is reportedly set for the July 3rd at the iconic Madison Square Garden in front of a crowd reportedly numbering more than 1,000 guests, and the choice is reportedly genius for one reason above all. Privacy. The arena reportedly has no windows, meaning no outside lens can capture a single frame, and it reportedly offers underground tunnels so guests can arrive and leave unseen.
July 4th, Sail 250, which is like the president's military parade in New York City. NBA Finals, World Cup, potentially Taylor Swift's wedding.
For a couple obsessed with secrecy, they reportedly found the perfect fortress in the middle of the busiest city in America. Every guest is reportedly required to sign an ironclad non-disclosure agreement before learning a single detail.
Did you have to sign an NDA, even though you're the mother?
No. No, they know I can keep a secret.
Okay.
That obsession with privacy reportedly runs through everything. There are reportedly no mailed invitations going out, with the couple instead reportedly reaching out to guests directly to keep details from leaking. The most powerful figure in fashion reportedly offered to help plan the wedding, and Taylor reportedly turned her down to run the day herself in the name of authenticity, and the dress is reportedly guarded like a state secret. Reports describe 6 gowns from multiple designers, several of them deliberate decoys, every designer under a non-disclosure agreement, so any leak could be traced. And Taylor's life right now is one long highlight reel. She was reportedly just spotted arriving at a legendary New York recording studio, sending fans into a frenzy of speculation about new music arriving before the wedding.
Taylor! This way!
It capped a triumphant week that reportedly included her induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, with Travis flying in to support her.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 Songwriters Hall of Fame induction dinner.
There was also a surprise live performance of the chart-topping original song she wrote for one of the biggest family films of the summer. While her ex is reportedly being linked to a lookalike, Taylor is reportedly being honored as one of the greatest songwriters of her generation. The contrast writes itself.
If I look back at my entire 23-year career in music, the ups and downs, the industry battles, the trials and tribulations, the tears and the cheers and the dogpiling of doubt, the criticisms, both fair and unfair, the complete loss of privacy, the world tours and the ego wars, and the twists of fate, the absolute magical chaos of this path that I chose when I was too young to remember it ever being a choice at all. The songwriting was the easiest thing I ever did.
She has been impossible to miss in public, too. Just days ago, Taylor turned heads courtside at the NBA Finals in New York, sitting with friends in a witty t-shirt and celebrating wildly as the home team pulled off a historic comeback.
And a 29-point lead has been cut to 22.
The two were also reportedly spotted laughing through a Broadway show on a coordinated date night before slipping out hand in hand, looking every bit the couple that has never seemed more solid. And the wedding window is reportedly tightening. Travis is set to co-host his annual football training event in Nashville in late June, a gathering that wraps up only about a week before the rumored wedding date. And the contrast with her ex only grows sharper the closer you look at her life with Travis. The celebrations around the wedding are reportedly enormous, with a reported $10 million budget for Travis's bachelor party. That is a relaxed island getaway built around golf with his brother and his quarterback, while Taylor's own plans reportedly involve multiple bachelorette trips. The guest list keeps filling out too. Former best friend and supermodel Karlie Kloss is reportedly back in after the two women reportedly reconciled, and rising pop star Benson Boone is reportedly invited as well. While one ex is reportedly being linked to a lookalike, Taylor is reportedly planning the celebration of a lifetime with a man who chased her for real. In fact, the couple is so locked in that fans are reportedly convinced they may have already secretly married. Some have pointed to fireworks reportedly seen over Taylor's private estate earlier this month. Others point to a recent podcast moment where a guest casually called Taylor his wife and Travis reportedly did not correct him, simply playing along.
You gotta ask your wife.
Be a good 6-man off the bench, yeah.
Sweetie, I'm going back to school.
Whether or not there's anything to it, the theory captures just how solid and all in this relationship looks. That makes the sight of her ex reportedly chasing a lookalike feel even more like a man on the outside looking in. It also caps a stretch of pure triumph for Taylor. She reportedly made a surprise appearance at the premiere of one of the biggest family films of the summer, debuting the original song she wrote for it live at a piano. A beloved Hollywood legend reportedly offered the couple sweet marriage advice on the carpet.
What would your tip be to Taylor who's getting married this summer?
The man must make the waffles on Sunday.
That song is reportedly already a chart-topping hit, so while the headlines about her ex paint a picture of regret, the headlines about Taylor paint a picture of a woman at the absolute peak of her life, loved, celebrated, and weeks from marrying the person she chose. And the couple has looked happier than ever in public. They were recently spotted laughing their way through a Broadway show on a coordinated date night, dressed in matching shades, with Taylor reportedly leading a standing ovation before the two slipped out hand in hand. Strikingly, that outing reportedly fell on a date that had once been rumored as their wedding day, and instead of a secret ceremony, they simply enjoyed a night at the theater in full public view, the very picture of a couple with nothing to hide and everything to look forward to. It is a long way from the quiet, faded chapter her ex is reportedly revisiting through a lookalike. So here's the bottom line. Taylor's ex-boyfriend JoeAlwyn has reportedly been spotted out more than once with actress Sarah Pigeon, a woman fans immediately dubbed Taylor's clone for her striking resemblance. That prompted the internet to revive an old Taylor lyric about an ex moving on with a lookalike and to declare that Joe must be regretting letting her go. None of it is confirmed, and the early sightings were reportedly tied to a possible work project, but the narrative spread instantly. Meanwhile, Taylor is reportedly thriving. She was recently spotted at a legendary recording studio fueling new music rumors, inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame with Travis supporting her, and seen at the NBA Finals and on a Broadway date night. The wedding is reportedly set for July 30th at Madison Square Garden in front of more than 1,000 guests. It is a windowless venue reportedly chosen for privacy, with underground tunnels, ironclad non-disclosure agreements, no mailed invitations, and 6 decoy gowns. Travis reportedly co-hosts a Nashville football event that wraps just before the wedding. 17 days until July 3rd. Maybe the sightings mean nothing. Maybe it really is just a work project, but there is a reason the story struck such a nerve. And it is the same lesson that echoes through so much of Taylor's music. The people who let her go always seem to watch her soar from a distance, while she keeps rising higher than anyone imagined. In just over 2 weeks, she will walk down the aisle toward the man who chased her, fought for her, and never let her doubt where she stood. And somewhere, an old chapter of her life will reportedly be left looking at a reflection, wondering what could have been. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.